All right, let's make a formal introduction for our listeners. Good afternoon, Bernardo. My name is Claudio, and I'm calling you from Washington, D.C. From the studio in Fairfax City. We're very humble, grateful that Bernardo Lanzetti accepted our invitation to our show. Bernardo, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Bernardo, were you born like in a musical family? I mean, how old were you when you perhaps began taking guitar lesson or piano lesson when you were a little kid?
Okay, no, in my family, I never saw an instrument. The only connection with music was my grandfather, who pretended to be in the past a singer in the choir for operas, and my brother, my older brother, bringing in records by Elvis Presley. Those were the only music connection. So I'm self-taught totally for music and singing.
Yeah, good for you. And were you like in any band when you were in high school, when you were 15, 16 years old?
I see you haven't checked out my biography. Okay. When I was 16 years old, with a scholarship, I came to the States in Texas for a whole year, and I graduated in a small town called Bishop, not far from Kingsville or Corpus Christi in Texas. And the family, there were two boys, and one was my age, and he was a musician. He played piano and saxophone. So probably that's when I started to get into music at that age. But I never took any lessons.
Right, got it. And then after Texas, you went back to your country to continue
I went
life,
back,
right?
yeah, I went back to Italy, and I played in a couple of bands till I formed my first recording band called Acqua Fragile, and our first album came out 50 years ago.
Correct. Yeah, that's the album that is I think it was released in 1973, which I have that album, which is I have it in CD, which is it's a very good album actually. It's a very good album.
Oh, thank you.
That was before I'm sorry, that was before Premiata for Maria Marconi, right? You joined after that later?
Sure. Yeah, we did another album called Mass Media Stars.
Yeah.
And we were very close to PFM. Actually, we did our first demo in a studio with Franco Musida, the guitarist from PFM. And we also went on tour. We were opening for PFM in South Italy, a long tour. Yeah. So when they decided to have a lead singer, they found it was very easy for them to contact me.
Good for you. And then what was your you're a very good singer. So what was the reaction? You have the initiative to stay with Aqua Fragile, go back to PFM, and then come back, or?
No, actually, I at the time with Acqua Fragile, we had a lot of we had no gigs, we had no money, and we had no contract, because the record company wouldn't go on with another album. So actually, it was not hard for me to make a decision, even though the first time PFM asked me to join them, I asked for 1 week of thinking, and they were mad at me because they thought I was gonna get in right away, you know. But later, a few months later, they asked me again, and so that's what at that time it happened.
Yeah. All right. So you end up doing the first album, Aqua Fragile, 1973, Mass Media
And
started in
then
1974, right? And then so you
right,
went to
and then
PFM, and then
yeah,
PFM. I mean, PFM is a well-known. There are so many great progressive band in Italy, right? So the PFM was popular. How long did you stay with them, and then what happened that you end up
okay.
leaving
Well,
them?
PFM was number one band in Italy, not only on the progressive rock side. They had
Yeah,
before I joined the band, they had one single on the top chart who was number one, Impressioni di
yeah,
Settembre. And when they called me, they had an album ready, and it was all written, and they called me just 3 days before going into the studio. So I had to learn a lot of stuff real quick, and I stayed
yeah,
with them till 1979, but in 79 we didn't play any gigs, we didn't do concerts, and no albums. So actually, artistically, I was with them 75 from 75 to 78. I did 3 albums with them.
yeah. Got it. What do you think? What do you think, Bernardo? That progressive music in Italy in general, it was very popular after Genesis played there in Italy, right? The band Genesis from UK. There were many progressive bands, yeah, PFN, Banco, Leorme,
Right.
and so on and so forth, right? There were
Yes.
people in Italy always like kind of progressive music, right?
Yeah. Right. Right. Actually, um, the very first band was Jethro Tull, who
Yeah,
came
of
to
course.
Italy to play. And then
Oh, I
we
see.
had many others. We had many others, including Van der Graaf Generator.
Yeah,
And Genesis was more popular in Italy than in England.
correct.
So
Yes, I know.
that
Well,
was yeah, interesting.
yeah.
Yes,
I don't know if you know Armando Gallo.
sure, I sure
Yeah, of
do.
course. I'm a friend of Armando, so he,
Okay, well, when my first concert with PFM
yeah,
was in Tokyo for a tour in Japan, and I
yeah.
shared a room at the hotel with Armando.
Wow,
And
small
I've
world.
been a few, and I've been a few years ago at his house in LA.
In Los Angeles.
So
Yeah, yeah,
somehow we keep in touch. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's going to be he's going to be 80 years old next month. You know that?
Right, right.
It's a big party.
So
So
he
what?
asked me he asked me to join a party, but I don't think I'll make it. It's too far.
It's too far away, man. Yeah, I would try to make it myself,
Right.
and I live here, and so 79, and then so you guys you play on different album with PFM, and then at the time there was not a record deal with PFM to continue, but at the same time members of your current band, right? So with Aqua Fragile
Of
continue playing or
no, no,
the
no. When I left the band, when I
yeah,
left Aqua Fragile,
yeah,
they they tried they tried to do something. They only played one concert, and then they split up.
yeah,
Um, so for a long time, Aqua Fragile was not operating.
I got it. Yeah.
Then the bass player Franz Dondi put together a unit called Acqua Fragile Project,
You're
and
correct.
they were doing some concerts. But the important thing came out in 2013. So that
Yeah.
was 10 years ago when I celebrated my 40 years in music. I organized a big concert with about 27 musicians, and also
Yeah.
called two members of PFM. Even the original members were in the audience, but then they said they were not interested in carrying on the project, Aqua Fragile project. But the other three, but us three, we got together and we did another album that came out in 2017.
Mm.
So that was the third album called A New Chant, A New Chant. And
Yeah.
after that, after 50 years, we did the last one called Moving Fragments.
Yeah. Which I have a copy that is
Okay.
a very, very good album, Bernardo. It's a very
Yeah,
good
thank
album.
you, thank you, thank you.
And you know, we and it was difficult to put that album together because in between you did several solo albums, right? Like
Yes,
Horizontal Rain,
yes.
for example, which is a very good album actually. So go ahead.
And also one of the problems was COVID, so it
Yeah.
was difficult to get together, and so I organized some smart working, and I had special guests recording from the distance, and that was
Yeah.
like this is the new way of recording albums. In the
Correct.
old times, uh, uh, we guys we go to a rehearsal room and we practice and we shared ideas. Today we communicate with the computer, and we
Yeah.
send the demo, and the guy does the job at his house or in another studio, and then we put together everything in another studio. We do the mixing, but actually very seldom we get together.
Yeah, like it's not like you right. That album in the Horizontal Rain was David Cross, Tony Levin, David Jackson, Derek. It's a lot of very famous.
The
Did you
sound
hear
is
it?
not so good. The sound was. Can you repeat? Come again.
No, bro. In that particular album.
Say that again.
In that, can you hear me? In that
Yes.
album, Horizontal Rain, there were a lot of very famous people like Tony Levin, David Cross, David Jackson, Derek, and so on and so forth.
And yes, and Jonathan Mover on drums. Yes, that
That's
was
right, yeah.
2 years before this last album, Aqua Fragile album.
Correct.
And so it happened that I was working at two albums at the same time.
Yeah, man, how you managed to do that? It's a lot of work doing two albums.
Well, it's easy. Well, I wrote the music, I wrote the lyrics,
Yeah.
so it's all in my head,
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
difficult to find a label, a record label, or to promote the album. It's not so difficult to work out.
Yeah, and then you prefer your album. You prefer to do it as a self-release, or or go to a record label to record.
Well, a record label takes off a lot of work, from you.
Right.
But it's very now it's very, very difficult. Um,
Yeah.
just I'm telling you this. For this last horizontal rain by Acqua Fragile, I contacted Sony Italy. Okay,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
Sony uh, still still is keeping in the catalog the first and the second album by the band. Well, they replied and said, Bernardo, we are very honored that you thought about us, for your next album, but we must confess we have no way to promote to release and promote new stuff. We only work with old catalog.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh,
So that's it. Yeah, right.
and so now that the record is out there, which is pretty good, is any possibility of touring with the new record, organizing some shows?
Well, there is a possibility, but lately expenses went up, and
Yeah.
the fee for musicians is the same as years ago. So it might happen that you have to pay in order to play concert.
It's very difficult, right? So it's
Yeah, right.
yeah. But you do it. You do it because you love it. But you need money coming into. So
Yeah, well, I in when I did 10 years ago, I did Vox 40, as I was telling
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
I had to pay. Okay, I
Wow.
had to pay to do the concert, and fortunately, I went even, so I didn't lose
Yeah.
any money. But
Yeah.
that's the way it works. I mean, they give you very little money, and so you cannot. And we have a lot of gear to carry around. We have instruments,
Oh yeah.
so it's not very few bands can play, and we shall see what happens. But at the moment, it's not possible. I know
Yeah.
it's very down to earth, but when you
No, I
put
understand.
together 5, 6 people, and then you travel, and you have to go to hotel, and everything,
Hotel,
then
food,
you're spending
transportation,
money,
everything.
uh,
Yeah.
uh, and they don't give you money, so how can you do?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I also know that your biggest passion before music was painting and drawing as well. That right? That
Yes,
right?
yeah, it still is. It still is. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. I also lately I had a big exhibition with all about 50 pieces. So that was good, and I think I'm gonna work on that more in the future.
Right. So for now, the painting and the drawing can pay you to you make a living out of there. Yeah. Because music will not bring you
No,
money,
no,
right? So
no, I don't want to sell my stuff.
really?
I'm not selling my work. Yeah, right. Well, it happened, but I'm trying to buy back.
I see. I see. I understand. But you, where people can see your stuff, you present your work, Bernardo, like in a gallery where people can see your work, or you have it at home. You don't.
Okay, what I do is I
Yeah.
do some sort of event with my
Events. Yeah.
paintings, and
Yeah.
and myself playing and singing, and so
Well,
I can sell that event.
yeah. Yeah, people can pay a fee.
It's a mixture. Yes.
To go and to go
Well,
and see you singing.
maybe the organizer will pay. Sorry, now I lost you.
No, go ahead. You say perhaps the organizer will pay a little bit. What?
Yeah, maybe we'll pay, and so, and also there maybe there will one or two musicians. There will be not a big stage. There won't be a big equipment. You know, it will be very simple. All will be kept very simple.
I see. I get it. And do you know where it's going to be? It's going to be in next year, in 2024, right?
No, I don't know yet because
Yeah.
next year there are some new projects coming in, and
Oh, I
so
see.
I haven't set up my agenda yet, you know, because I'm waiting for things to be approved.
I understand. Yeah, yeah. I have seen a couple of pictures with you and paintings in the background.
Right.
And it's very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Well, thank you.
I love my dad has a lot of paintings. So I since I was a little kid like you, I start to listen to music and go to gallery with my dad. So I have seen the best of the best, you know. Music
Yeah,
and
you're lucky.
music and art is beautiful, Bernardo.
Yes.
Good for you, and I'm happy that you're, man. Hopefully, yeah. I know it's very difficult to tour, but people here in the United States, they really love your type of music, and will be great to perhaps organize like a show or different bands coming from because people here in the Washington D.C., Bernardo, they love good music, but you need a good promoter to promote the music.
Yeah, I'd love to, but it's not easy to make it happen.
Yeah, no, I know. Is it like you say? It's very difficult to make a living as a musician because, as you say, everything is going up, right? And the
Right.
wages that the musicians get paid, they don't go up with
Right.
with inflation too. But
this is a simple explanation, you know. In the meantime, big concert, big event, where you pay a lot of money, right? That's possible. But even clubs, even small clubs, it's difficult to make a living playing there.
so you do it because you love it, because you're passionate, not because you're making money, right? So
Yeah, well, it's a balance, you know.
yeah, both are important, right? You need
Right.
money coming in because you have bills to pay, but the passion of music and
See,
yeah.
My generation of musicians, we were lucky because we started over 50 years ago, and
Oh yeah.
and through the time we built up. So my first albums with Aqua Fragile are still in the catalog. We're still selling, you know. That music is still around. So every year something comes in. But if you're an artist today and you make a record, then who's going to buy it? No way. In 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you own the music rights to keep on releasing
Sorry, the sound is not good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you own
Sorry,
the music?
I didn't get it.
Yeah, do you own the music rights? You can release on your own, or you need to keep on
Some,
going to record label?
yeah, sometimes some of my catalog I do own, some other not. It's different.
Oh,
Depends
got it.
on in which year I recorded. Okay, so it's
Yeah, because I think
but
for a
in
new,
my opinion, when
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no come now I
No,
was saying
yeah,
it's when music becomes art, um, you cannot pretend to to, to make money. You might, but that's not the goal. You know, that's not what should happen. You know, if you
mm,
think of the great artists of the past, most of them uh, didn't make a living. If you think famous painters, you know, if you think about um, or musicians, it
mm,
changed. In my opinion,
yeah,
uh, today, people you can make more money just distributing music or distributing concerts or distributing than actually making it.
yeah.
Okay, so but it's I don't think we can discuss all this
Mm.
in a few words. You know, it's
Yeah, it's
and
complicated.
every
Yeah,
country has different.
well,
Yeah, right.
because people, I have interviewed a lot of musicians in different areas. Many people complain about the Spotify. They need to have like 1 million hits to get, a check for $20 or something. The record label, the
Yeah,
manager, Spotify management, they take a big chunk. So very little money
yeah,
is
I
coming
know,
down to the musician. You
I
know.
know, right. As I was saying, uh, people making money with music are not musicians.
That's right. Yeah, unfortunate.
Okay,
Unfortunate.
okay, that's it. That's what I want to say.
Sure, no, I understand. So what the album is very, very good, Bernardo. I really like it, and
Thank
you
you,
still have it. You are very talented, man. Every time that I
thank
listen
you.
to you, and I was listening to Peter Gabriel at the same time, always remind me a little bit of in the background of Peter Gabriel.
You know,
Listen
I
to
had many,
Italian or English,
yeah,
So
yeah, a lot of good singers. I've been influenced by them. And my voice became stronger in through the years.
yeah,
I can hit very high notes, and I can go down, and
yeah.
I can sing every day. Recently, I did a 5 hour marathon. I've been singing for 5 hours with non-stop. So
Really?
when the bands were when the band were changing on stage, I would go out on the street to play and sing in order not to interrupt the marathon. That was
Wow.
that was easy for the vocal cord, but heavy on
Yeah,
my legs
yeah.
to
Because you need to
stand
be
up
walking.
for more than five
Yeah.
hours.
That, well, you can say sit in a chair and then sing or play with a guitar, right?
No, yeah, but when you're sitting down, you it's not good for singing. You cannot be on top of your vocal power.
I got it. I got it. I got it. Got it. So, if you don't mind, what other projects are you working? Are you going to be, as I say, you work in different projects? You're going to be releasing new music in 2024, Bernardo?
Okay, I'm working on a small opera with another musician. We put music to a writing, but I cannot talk about it because it's not.
No, it's not there yet, right?
Yeah, but that's it's a simple, it's simple lines of music, and I'm singing all the parts of each character. So I'm singing parts both male and female. This is one project, and the other one is I've been asked to create a map of my vocals. I mean, how can I make these sounds and why? So I'm studying on that, and I went into areas that I never touched before. So that's another project.
Is any particular opera that your favorite opera? Is anyone in particular that you mentioned?
No, I don't have a particular opera, but in the past I did a version of Macbeth by Giuseppe Verdi.
Yeah,
and I was doing both parts, the King Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. So that was quite interesting.
Yeah,
a lot
good
of
for
work.
you. It's of course from Italy. There are many great operas. Many.
But, talking about tenors or I have all the notes, but I cannot throw them as far as a proper tenor or a baritone can do. Because I've always used with the microphone, so that's easy. It's a bit cheating.
But still very good.
I have all the notes needed.
Yeah. And in terms of painters, anyone in particular from the past that
a lot. Even many painters. Yes. I cannot speak about only one. They're all great. Yes, they're all great.
Hopefully I don't know if you have children, but hopefully your kids can keep your painting and your drawing in a catalog to be hopefully your kids can keep your painting and drawing to be shown in a museum one day, Bernardo.
Well, I only have one daughter.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And probably we in the future will give all paintings to our landlord, and he will set up a museum in memoria. But let's not talk about that.
No, of course, you're still in good shape. You're singing, you're touring, you're recording. You have a long way to go, Bernardo, man.
Sorry.
No, I say that you have a long way to go, Bernardo. You are in good shape. You're touring, you're singing, you're recording, you're painting.
Yeah, thank you.
You're right.
Yes.
You're in good health.
I don't think in the world anyone my age could be singing for 5 hours.
Probably not.
And all memorized. And not reading. I had no music stand. I had no lyrics. All memorized.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you. Well,
Thank you.
you're a smart guy, man, Bernardo. Good memory. Good. I'm getting
Yeah,
old
good
myself.
memory. Because see, when I sing, I become part of the lyrics and of the music. So I don't want to read. I want that the words to come out easily, fluently. That's why I
Yeah.
have to learn and memorize them.
Good for you, man. Yeah. And keep on I know you're busy. Keep on continue releasing the new material, the material that you say, the book, the opera, and hopefully one day I will see you one day in Italy and we'll get together. We'll get together for dinner. I would love to see your painting and your drawing and all the stuff as well. So
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's do it.
yeah, as I say, I go there. You know,
Okay.
I can buy your music. I can buy the CD, the vinyl, but I want to see the painting. I want to see a picture
You
with
want to
the
see the
wall.
paint?
Oh yeah, that's important to me since I was a little kid.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll do that
Well, it was very nice talking to you, Bernardo.
as
And
well.
your album is excellent. Hopefully, you can keep on releasing more material, do another album, and keep the music and your lifestyle because you're in very good shape. You're healthy and you're doing well, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it,
Okay.
Bernardo.
Ciao.